Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Carrie. If you're new here, thanks for clicking in. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back. We're gonna do some stuff with wood. We're gonna make vintage Christmas decor. That's what we're gonna make. I don't know if you can see how this looks. It came out really well. I don't know if the camera does it justice. It does have glitter on it. But we're gonna make some of these. I'm gonna show you how I did it. We're gonna make one like this, and then another one that looks like this. And I'll show you later that this one actually is a stand-up one. I don't know if you can tell. Can't really see it, but it does stand up. I used the Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree, so let's get to it. These are not that hard to make. Just so you know, this wood piece, which is the same one I used on here, this came from Dollar Tree. You see these sold in their like Dollar Tree packs. They have like this size, and then they have a rectangular size. And then this came from Dollar Tree as well. But there was actually three, like it had two lines in it with a third piece at the end like this, and they were the ones that you see that hang. There's three hanging all down the row, and I just took them all apart and cut off a piece of it so that it would fit these cards perfectly. So we're gonna do that, and we need some Mod Podge. Gluing mat here. This is the gluing mat that came from Dollar Tree. Right. I never remember to have a gluing mat out here when I have the Mod Podge. Okay, you don't want to see me clean stuff. What am I doing? Stop it. Alright. And this is not blood. I think this is red glitter. Pretty sure that's red glitter. Or red paint. Let's flip that over. We don't need to see that. Okay, moving on. And a paintbrush. So let's see. These, by the way, it came from Stamperia. It's a Pink Christmas, I think it's called. And I just saw these and I thought to myself, vintage Christmas decor. So I've already used my Distress ink on the corners of all of the paper, and we will end up using that again after we sand them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do. I won't do both, but I'll go ahead and do one to show you what I did, and then if I pause and come back, we will magically have it all done. And then I'll show you how I do the square one as well. Also, we're going to try doing this fun wooden tag one too, as well. So we'll do one of these, square one, and then this. And then, yeah. So let's just get to it. You don't want to hear me talk anymore about what we're doing. This is taking way too long. You're just sitting there going, get to it, Carrie, or I will click to another video. Okay, so this is the gloss Mod Podge. The paintbrush was a little hard there. Thought I washed it yesterday after using it. We'll just coat this wood piece. Now I didn't sand the wood piece beforehand or anything like that. We will do some sanding afterwards to try and, again, rough it up and kind of give it that vintage look. I wouldn't worry too much about air bubbles. I did have one that popped up on here, but it seems to either, I don't know, it's still there, but it's so not noticeable. Plus, it kind of adds to the vintageness anyway. I need to find another way to put my paintbrushes down when I'm on screen here, because I'm always fighting with it. Let's put this one on. Put it down, burnish it down, stick it down. Okay. I think by the time I put this up, we should be nearing the Christmas holidays, so I'm hoping you guys were able to get your Christmas shopping done and didn't get lost in the chaos of Black Friday. Oh my gosh, you guys. I drove by our local Walmart, and there was a line of cars waiting to turn into the driveway, let alone in the actual parking lot. It was crazy. Okay, so what we're going to do now, this didn't stick down, well, I wouldn't worry about that because you're going to coat it with Mod Podge and then it will stick down, but I kind of would like it to stick down just a little bit more. It doesn't want to do it. Okay, so then we're going to sand it, and I just go along the edge here, trying to make it, you know, kind of roughed up a little bit. Don't worry about the white showing because you're going to go over it with ink. with the ink, the Distress ink again before you coat it. So I actually made most of my Christmas gifts this year, which was kind of nice. At this point, when I'm doing this video, I haven't finished the stuff I need to purchase because I wasn't able to make for everyone, unfortunately. There's some people on my Christmas list that wouldn't really benefit from stuff like this. I don't know if he would know even what to do with it. Okay, so once you get to this point, we're just going to take the Distress ink and we're just going to go lightly over it again, just so we can dampen out some of that white that appeared when we roughed up the paper. And then we will go over it with another coat of, this wants to slide everywhere, with another coat of Mod Podge. Go over it with another coat of Mod Podge. I can see up at the corner, up at the top here, it's starting to bubble up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. And then what I was doing is I was taking just a little bit, this is Pop, I think this came from I'm not sure. It's either Michael's or Joann's, one of the two. I'm inclined to say Joann's. And I just took a little bit of it and I just sprinkled it around the edges of this so that it will stick to the Mod Podge as it dries. You don't need too much of it. Okay, so once that's done, we'll just set it aside to dry. Here. And I want to mess with this tag. These wooden tags also came from Dollar Tree. I think they had them there when I bought them. So. I tried my best to get the hole to align with this as best as I could. Doesn't really want to stick very well with this. Okay, and then we'll just take this so I can snip off that extra that's on there. Probably should maybe let this dry a little bit more before you start sanding, but for purposes of this video, and not wanting to have to keep pausing it and coming back, I'm going to rush. But don't rush like me. Take your time with it and let this dry so that you don't mess up the paper too much. You know, getting it coming off the wood and stuff. Like right here. I don't think I'll put glitter on this one. Because if I do decide to use it, well, then again, it could be a fun Christmas ornament, huh? Let's do it. Let's just put glitter on all of it. Sorry, I am inking this. And then we'll give this a coat of Mod Podge. It goes quicker because it's so small. I don't particularly care for the lid on these because it's very loose, so it moves. Can't tell how many times I've gotten glitter all over the place. This one we might just do a little bit of glitter all over it. Make a fun Christmas ornament out of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one dry as well. And it's pretty much the same thing for the square, you know, that you saw me do here. We glue it on, we put the paper on it. I have this one for that. Sand the outside, glitter it, cover it in Mod Podge. So I'm going to finish the rest of these up, and then when I come back, we'll have them done, and we'll be able to do some fun embellishing with them. You know, such as adding the ribbon and then putting on the Jenga blocks, which I did, by the way, with hot glue. And so I'll see you back in just a minute, okay? Okay, and we are back. And I'm just blown away about how well these turned out. So now we're going to have a little fun with it, and as you can see, I've got a silicone finger, which means we're going to turn on, or have turned on, the hot glue gun, and we're going to do some fun things. So I've got all this beautiful ribbon I got at Joann's that I think would go well on here, and even as it is falling apart, I think that's okay because this is supposed to be rustic anyway. So let's see. Here, I need to move the glue gun closer to me. This was the tag. I just tied a ribbon around it, but I mean, this could easily go on a gift. Could hang on your tree. I think it turned out quite well. Okay. Gonna add some fun ribbon embellishments to this, and then I will show you how I put on the Jenga blocks. I don't need to have too much in the way of glue right here. Okay. This bow just does not want to cooperate. And then for the Jenga blocks, and I realized I didn't bring enough over here. On here I glued 4. I wanted them to be sturdy. I didn't bring enough over here to do that with the others, so we'll just do 2. I think 2 is probably sufficient enough. We'll see. So all I did was I just added a strip of hot glue and stuck it on the bottom. Strip of hot glue and stuck it on the bottom. And then it stands up. So I may go back and put the extra 2 on off camera. You don't need to see me do that, but isn't that pretty? I mean, that's absolutely gorgeous, and it does really have that sort of vintagey feel to it. And it's a fun, if you're someone that does vintage Christmas decor, you know, this would be fun to have in your stash. So this one, you can see I already put the blocks in here, but I am going to add a bow because I did not add any embellishments. I figured I would wait and we would just do that together. And boom. Same thing with this one. I'm just really surprised at how well this came out. Ever had that? Any of you crafters who are watching me, whether you're newer crafters or older crafters, where you make something, you've never made it before and you're experimenting, and either you have the outcome where you're like, what was I thinking? Oh my god, or wow, that came out better than I thought. You know, I made that? Really? That's just so pretty. I just love that. If my mom happens to watch this video before I go up to her house, she may be telling me to bring some of these if she ends up liking them. So, and stick this in the wheel here at the top. I brought out my silicone finger and I haven't had to even use it yet. And flip this bad boy over. Take our last 2 Jenga blocks. These Jenga blocks are such a great craft item. I've seen so many other crafters on YouTube use these, and I always thought, Jenga blocks, who would have thought that would have done all those things, and you know, didn't think anything about it. And then I got them and started using them. I made my sister's Christmas gift out of them. She may or may not let me show you. Just this has a little bit of bubbles in it, but you know what? It adds to that vintage effect. But this is just so pretty. I hope the glitter comes out on screen for you guys to see. See, that one stands up a lot better than the other one. Okay. Now for this one, which is only for some reason having issues drying. I think it's okay now. And this is going to hang. Probably should have sized this before coming back to do this, because you don't want to see me figure out how to make this fit. Okay. little off center, but that's okay. So these were incredibly fun to make. I will do a shot where you can see these standing. But, and again, if I didn't mention, the wood came from Dollar Tree. The ribbon all came from Joann's. Paper came from Stamperia, which is on Amazon. Same with the glitter. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm really impressed with how these look, guys. And, alright, well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And if this comes out close to the holidays, then happy holidays, and have a happy and safe one with your family and loved ones. And just remember, I am just me, crafting for mental health, helping myself and others, one DIY at a time. Bye. See you next video.